Hi, my name is Nicholas Tito, and this is me choosing the vlog option from an ESA 1, Who Are You? And I have all my quizzes here and my outline, so let's just get straight into it. So for this project, I chose an autoethnographic approach to explore how my behaviors and communications connect to my identity. And I have completed assessments in, empathy, leadership, listening, verbal communication, and persuasion, and I'll be reflecting on what I've learned from them with you. So let's just get straight into it. I've said that before already. First is the empathy assessment. My score actually was a 92 out of 110, which I'm actually not surprised. I've been told, or an example that I have to show you or tell you, is that I've been told I'm a very emotional person, but that is one of my strengths. Also one of my flaws though. And people tell me that I've been known to be known as someone that you can come to with your emotions and confide in me, and just, if you need someone there to help you just in a tough time. And that really, I guess, makes me happy now that I'm thinking about it. But I realized that empathy affected all my other quiz results, which brings me to the leadership assessment. So it says here that I am a 26, which is in between 21 and 27, obviously. But it's basically saying that I have a more democratic or participative style of learning, which is good for trust and building bonds, but bad for, hybrid situations. And honestly, a way I actually agree with that. A way that I guess I can avoid leadership is procrastinating, or just delegating my responsibilities and just, trying to focus on other things except the thing at hand. So that actually brought a lot of light. That brought a lot of things to light to me. So the second assessment is listening. My score was a 74 out of 100, which is not what I wanted. I thought it'd be at least like an 85, but I guess not, especially because people come to me about their emotions. But I guess I do tend to get distracted when I'm listening to people, but I also tend to be good at actively listening to people in conversations. So I guess it's a bit of a 50-50 now that you think about it, and that I think about it. And yeah, that's just really opened my eyes a lot. And ever since I took that quiz, I've been more easily able to understand people and conversations. Which brings me to my nonverbal assessment. It said that I had an 87 out of 100, which honestly I'm not surprised. My grandparent, who was a cop, would teach me a lot about body language and what they meant. But I was also just kind of natural on knowing people's emotions, not just through words, but through body language. An example of that would be I'm easily able to maintain eye contact, except when it's at the camera. Sorry. I can easily tell posture and tone just by the way you're slouching, or the way you're just here and there. And because I know your emotions, I've also been known to kind of also easily persuade some people. But, which brings me to my persuasion assessment. Good segue right there. But I've realized that I tend to rely more on logic and emotion than credibility, which I actually agree with. I took the assessment, and I realized just like, wow, I got most of it right. I guess I understand the principles of persuasion, but I also still need to improve my skills on it, which I will now be doing. Since that has been brought to my attention, everything has actually brought a lot to my attention, and it's helped me a lot in just actually my day-to-day life. So you also mentioned like 3 vocabulary concepts or words. So here, there is self-disclosure, so basically how much you reveal about yourself in conversations. I've, after all of this, I've actually realized that how I disclose myself really depends on the person and how much I trust them, which also kind of affects my leadership scores and my listening scores, surprisingly. But yeah, I've realized that I with the people that I trust, I'm a very open person. Also, proximates. So basically, how I manage personal space with others. I love my personal space, but I can also be very, 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 very touchy with the people that, again, I like. And also, if I'm just in a good mood, I'm also just very, affectionate with people. And cognitive complexity, so my ability to consider multiple perspectives and communications, I think that also ties in with my empathy, and leadership styles, and my listening. Sorry about that. And my brain farts, my listening results, and I think that I'm easily able to consider multiple perspectives in communication, just multiple perspective in conversations. Like I can put myself in your shoes, is basically what I'm saying, and I can give actually a good example that captures all of this. And it was when me and my friend were having an argument, and it was basically about us opening up to one another, because we've been friends for a long time, but recently we had been disconnected. And I realized that I've been closing myself off or not showing as much self-disclosure to them, and they had a problem with that, and basically saying how I was not managing my personal space with them and others properly. So proxemics, and how I was struggling to put myself in their shoes, aka cognitive complexity. So they were just telling me all this, in a conversation, and just like round after round, like I realized within myself that I can be a very closed off person, even though I can be very affectionate, and it just opened my eyes for everything. And ever since that conversation with my friend and these results, I've realized that I do have a lot to learn, but that I have a pretty good basis on what I can do. So I guess to conclude this, some patterns that I noticed across all these assessments is that, again, I can be kind of closed off. I unfortunately, from what I'm seeing, I have a bit of trust issues at hand, which I again need to work on, which I will, to better myself and the people around me. And that I can be kind of stubborn, actually, from what I'm getting from these results, is that I can actually be very, very stubborn. And how I will change moving forward to improve is just, well, one, being more of an active listener, kind of enforcing what I think, or reinforcing what I think in conversations, but also continue to be open with people and empathetic with people, and to just kind of be sure to register other people's emotions, either using body language or words. And that even though I have a decent basis on, I guess, persuasion, and just, like according to the persuasion assessment, I have like a decent understanding. There's still room for improvement, which I will be doing. So to tie everything together in a nice little bow, my personal transformation through this self-reflection is, like I said, I can be kind of a stubborn guy, but I'm very empathetic with people, and I can be a decent listener, even though I have room to improve on that. And that basically just keep doing what I'm doing, but making small changes here and there to better myself, which I will be doing for the sake of me, my life, and people, and the other people around me. So overall, I learned that while I'm strong in empathy and listening, I struggle with persuasions because just my leadership, like my leadership assessment says, I avoid conflict. Understanding this has helped me see how I can grow as a communicator, especially in leadership situations. And I'm actually very appreciative of these assessments because it really opened my eyes to just everything and just how I am as a person. So I'm really glad that I had this opportunity because I was just having a random conversation with a friend, and I realized wow, I have so much room to improve, and I'm actually really grateful for that, to even have that room to improve. So I guess that's what I will be doing. I have the opportunity, so why not take it? And do I have anything else here? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, thank you. This has opened my eyes a lot on just who I am as a person and how I interact with people, and how me interacting with people and my own behaviors connects to my own identity as a person, as me, Nicholas Cito. Yeah, it's me. Hi. And yeah, I learned a lot about myself doing this. So again, I'm really grateful for that. Thank you. End vlog.